Once, dragons and men coexisted. They shared a peace forged in wisdom. A peace that lasted many generations. All of that was lost when mankind disrupted this balance in a sudden onslaught. Man fought dragon in a savage war that shook the foundations of their world. This war was called the Scouring. Defeated and humbled, dragons vanished from the realm. In time, man rebuilt and spread his dominion across the land and on to the islands beyond. A millennium has passed since those dark days ended. Hey there everyone, Fighter Zargon here, and today we are going to be starting Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance. Seems like my start button wasn't working there for a second. But yeah, I actually started playing Fire Emblem games a couple years ago, not a long time ago, but about 6 or so. They're actually pretty good games. So, I believe we're going to, well, they play similarly to Shining Force, and I kind of like that gameplay style, so we're going to be traveling across Elebe, looks like. Oh, this poor fellow's name was Mark. Oh no. Yes, we're going to be entering information because that's wrong. No. Alright, so, as always, I am Zargon. There are no exceptions to that. That is me. Yeah, we'll go with February. And I'm most definitely a man, so... Month of Tactician's birth, Tactician's gender, hey. Press start to finish. Are these settings you want? Yes. Alright. So I'm not going to be skipping any story elements on this. We're just going to be going straight into the game. Wait, you found me unconscious? What? Lyn of the Lorca tribe. And I'm safe now. Safe from who? Well, I'm glad to have your approval for my name. Okay. Well, yes, I am a traveler. What brings you to the Sakai Plains? Let's see. Would you share your story with me? Uh-oh. Oh no, bandits! They must have come down from the Burned Mountains. Oh no. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. Nuh-uh, coming with you. No, but I am a tactician. Well, strategist, whatever. These robes are a bit more, well, robe-like than I'm used to. Lynn is the blue unit. The enemy units are red. I am green. Oh boy. Battle consists of blue units and red units. Blue are yours, red are the enemies. Well, that's actually pretty standard fare, I think. So, like Shining Force, battle is turn-based. Unlike Shining Force, it doesn't go back and forth between, random characters. It goes between player versus the computer. Player-controlled units, you can move however you want to move them. So, Lynn is wanting me to move her here, so we'll move here. That bandit can't get quite close enough, so we'll select Lynn. The first couple of battles are really tutorial battles that get you used to the game, which honestly, that does a bit more than Shining Force ever did on that front. And yes, I will probably be comparing this game a lot to Shining Force. They have similar playstyles, they have similar aesthetics. It's just gonna happen. Although Fire Emblem is a older game series. Alright, so they're teaching you how to use items. Damage is bad. Alright, so from here I can just move on in and attack this guy. You think you can stand up to Batter the Beast? Yes, actually I do. Alright, so this is somewhat scripted, but since it's the enemy team, what's going to happen is he's going to miss his blow, and I'm going to get a critical hit. And that's a critical hit. Even without the critical hit, you could have won that battle on your next turn without him missing his shot. Or, I mean, with him missing his shot. Strong enough that no one can defeat you. Lynn gains experience in each encounter. Yes, that's generally how that works. When they gain experience, they level up. Abilities improve with levels. Over time, they'll get much stronger. Yes. So for this one, we have to... The objective is to seize the Gare. So we'll just do that. A relatively short battle explaining the basics of what's going on. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? Ooh. You won't become stronger by sitting here. You're darn right. Just come along. Absolutely, we can do this. Complete the tasks set out in each chapter and help Lynn in her quest. Turn the instruction window on or off by pressing select. Okay, so I'll just do that during the next battle. So, since that was relatively short, we are actually going to be going through the first actual battle momentarily. It'll be another semi-tutorial battle, but it'll give us a good feel for what's going on. And Lynn's about to discover new information that will change her fates. Yes. What's going on, Lynn? Bulgar, the biggest city in LSK. Alright. We should purchase supplies for our journey. And we apparently aren't going to do any of that. From Lycia, huh? Is it Lycia or Lycia? Kalen Canton, alright. Callow oafs with loose tongues? Ayy. Yeah, what a weirdo. So these two are Sane and Kent. They will be joining us shortly. They are, well, I want to say knights, but they're not classified as knights in the game. There are knights in the game, but these two aren't knights. They're considered cavaliers, which are basically horse-mounted knights. Alright. So, these two have information for Lynn, but she's just kind of walked away from them. Oh boy, a bunch of bandits. He's Kent, a knight of Lycia. His companion is Sane, and they will follow my orders for this battle. Well, I mean, probably longer than that, but let's rock and roll. Fine, Sane, but I don't think you're going to impress anybody if you get your butt kicked. I don't think this is gonna... Yeah, no. That was not a good attack, Sane. The lance is more heroic. What a load of shit. You'll look more heroic if you live through a fight, dumbass. Alright, Kent. Yes, let's make up for your buddy's mishap there. This explains the weapon triangle. Swords beat axes, axes beat lances, lances beat swords. So, swords are strong against axes. So, we're going to attack with a sword, since the enemy bandit here uses axes. Basically, if you attack with advantage, you do more damage and are more likely to connect with your attack. Alright, Sane, you get another chance. I don't think you're going to amount to much with it, though. Your enemy there seems to be in the forest. Yeah, no. It's a good thing you didn't get hurt there. Is attacking in the forest from outside of the forest is not a grand idea. Let's see, each type of terrain has unique characteristics, yes. Plains really don't have any, but woods grant you increased evasion. Certain buildings, if you stand in them, will grant you additional armor, so that you take less damage physically. Strongholds grant you a large amount of armor, and they'll restore your health every turn. Alright, so now they're both in the forest, so that's... yeah. They're both in the forest, so there really is no advantage to being in the forest anymore. I'll just move Lynn to this forest, so that if she does get attacked, she will have a higher evasion. She'll be able to dodge more easily. The power of love. No, I think it's just a vulnerary, buddy. Alright, so trade with Lynn. We're gonna give him the weaker vulnerary. Since, you know, Lynn is actually a much more important character. You know, seeing as how if she dies, the game's over. Yeah, Lynn is definitely not impressed. Alright, so I'm not using the terrain properly, but I'm still going to just attack this guy. Gain experience. Now, let's see, this one is on a plane, so he's not going to be that much of an issue, if at all. So, alright, so sometimes I'll get a double attack, and I should probably explain this while we're still early on as well. In order to attack multiple times versus an opponent, you have to outspeed them. Your speed has to be higher than theirs. So, Lynn's speed here is 10. And this bandit, brigand, whatever, Zugu, his speed is 4. If I moved Lynn over there to him now, since her speed is 5 points higher than his, she will actually end up with a double attack. Now, as I recall, speed actually affects a number of things, so let's see. Kent's speed is... affects both evasion and attacks. So, let's see. Luck affects several things. I'm fairly certain speed will affect critical strike rate. Different numbers represent different things on here. Strength is how much damage you'll inflict. Skill is, you know, how often you'll hit. Move is how many spaces you can move in a turn. Constitution is how big you are. Aid is how big of a unit you can carry. Aid goes against a unit's con. So as long as your aid is higher than the unit you're trying to help or rescue, as long as your aid is higher than their con, you can pick them up and carry them. It's actually useful for moving around certain units that would otherwise be exceptionally slow, like knights. Or transporting slower damage dealers to the front, or moving healers from, you know, the back of the line to the front of the line where people may or may not be more damaged. Alright, so Kent's speed is 7. This guy's speed is 4. You have to outspeed somebody by 5 points in order to get a double attack, and that's why he's not getting the double. So I'm going to move Kent over there, and I'll have Sane, since he's had horrible luck this match. I'll have Sane finish off this bandit. And I will move Lynn up here. And have her attempt to take on this bandit by the name of Zugu. Lynn went up a level. That's good. Not a bad level. Even if that one had hit, like, unless it was a critical strike, Zugu was going to go down right now anyway, so... That's the last of them. Great work, yes. And now for these Knights of Lycia. You were going to share your story with me? Yes. Yes, they were, Lynn. We have ventured from Kalen in Lycia. I keep going back and forth. I'm just going to stick with Lycia. In search of someone. Lycia? That's the country beyond the mountains in the southwest, isn't it? Correct. We've come as messengers to the Lady Madeline, who eloped with a nomad some 19 years ago. Madeline? Our lord, the Marquess of Kalen's only daughter. He was heartbroken, and his own daughter would abandon him so. Eventually, the Marquess simply declared that he had no daughter. And then this year, we received a letter from Lady Madeline. It said that she, her husband, and their daughter were living happily on the Sakai Plains. The Marquess was ecstatic to learn he had a granddaughter of 18 years. I remember the smile on his face when he announced that he'd suddenly become a grandfather. The granddaughter's name is Lindis. This was also the name of the Marquess's wife, who passed away at an early age. That she should bear this name thawed the Marquess's heart. Now, his only wish is to meet his daughter's family at least once. This is why we're here. We didn't know that Lady Madeline died a few days after sending her letter. We only learned this shortly after we arrived here in Bulgar. But we also learned all was not lost. Her daughter yet lives. We heard that she was living alone on the plains. I knew it immediately. You are the Lady Lindis. Why would you think that? Your resemblance to your departed mother is remarkable. What? Did you know my mother? I'm sorry to say I never met her directly, but I saw her portraits in Castle Kalen. To the rest of my tribe I was always Lynn, but when I was with my parents, when it was just the three of us, I was Lindis. It's all so strange. I was all alone in the world, and now I have a grandfather. Lindis. I never thought I would hear that name again. Wait! That bandit! He called me Lindis, too! What? How could he have... He was a henchman of Lord Lundgren, wasn't he? Lundgren? Who's that? He's the Marquess's younger brother. Everyone assumed the Lady Madeline was gone forever. This made Lord Lundgren heir to the Marquess's title. To be blunt, milady, your existence is an obstacle to your granduncle's ambitions. But I have no interest in inheriting any title. Unfortunately, your granduncle is not the sort of man to believe that. I believe the attempts on your life will persist. What should I do? Accompany us to Kalen. Continuing on this way is dangerous. I feel I have little choice. I will go with you. Yeah, that sounds like the best plan there, Lynn. And with that, we close out Chapter 1. Neat little game, isn't it? But this has been Fighter Zargon playing Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance. And as always, take care, have fun. Bye.